Assalamu alaikum, immersive people. This is Aisha Qureshi, and welcome to my channel, Immersive English. Today, I'm going to teach you something really important, especially for GCE O-Level English Paper 2. Yes, you're right, students. Today we are going to learn how to compose a correct summary and what are its features. You all know summary is basically a concise overview of a text main points in your own words. It is always shorter than the original text. So let's get to the next slide and learn what are the steps that we need to follow to compose a correct summary. I hope you will be with me. Without any further ado, let's start learning how to compose a summary. CIE basically recommends a 5-step process to practice for writing summary. Students, if you watch the coming slides with concentration and follow the recommendations, then I assure you that you would be able to write an excellent summary. All right, let's get to step 1. Step 1 is to read the text. You should read the article more than once to make sure you have thoroughly understood it. Sometimes students judge by the title or by reading first 2 lines of the passage that it is too complicated or difficult. Students, please don't get panic. When you would read the coming line or the first paragraph of the passage, then it might become really very easy for you. So, the text is often read in 3 different stages. Stage number 1 is to scan the article quickly to get a sense of its topic and overall shape. Next, read the article carefully, and this time highlighting important points and taking notes as you read. You can underline the important points with your pencil. Then skim the article again to confirm you have understood the key points, and reread any particularly important or difficult paragraphs. Let's talk about identifying and arranging the key points. Since the time is limited, so students must keep in mind some tricks to do this task easily. Start by reading the abstract. This already contains the author's own summary of his work, and it tells you what to expect from the article. You must pay attention to headings and subheadings if the article has headings and subheadings. These should give you a fair sense of what each part is about. Then, finally, read the introduction and the conclusion together and compare them. What did the author set out to do, and what was the outcome? If you follow these steps, then taking out the main points will be very easy for you. Step number 2 is to break the text down into sections. It will make reading very easy for you. If the text is a scientific paper that follows a standard structure, it is probably organized into different sections, usually including an introduction, method, results, or discussion. Then it will be easy for you to read it paragraphs to paragraphs. Other types of articles may not be divided into sections, but most articles and essays will be structured around a series of subpoints or themes. Students, try writing a word or a phrase beside each paragraph while you're reading it. That describes the paragraph's content or author's point of view. Then you can see at a glance what each part of the article focuses on. If two paragraphs or more than two paragraphs cover similar or related topics, you may group them together in sections. Students, if you follow these instructions, then reading of the article will become very easy for you and you will be able to understand its real meaning. Now, students, you have read the text and you have divided it into different sections. Now it's time to go through each section and pick out its key points. Your goal should be to extract the essential points, leaving out anything that can be considered background information or supplementary details. Okay, so if you identify the key points correctly, then it will be very easy to compose an excellent summary. Alright, after identifying the key points, you need to read them once carefully and delete any extra information. I hope you get my point. Step 4 is to write the summary. Students, now that you have taken out the key points, now it's time to write them in your own words. To avoid plagiarism and show you have understood the article, it is important to properly paraphrase the author's point of view. Do not copy and paste parts of the articles, not even just a sentence or two or maybe a phrase. The possible way to do this is to put the article aside and write out your own understanding of the author's key points. All right, I hope you've got my point. Step 5 is to revise, edit, and proofread your summary. Once you have composed a summary, it is time to revise it for style, grammar, and punctuation. While doing so, if you find any errors, please correct them. Here at your side are some points to keep in mind while writing a summary. Number 1, try to be concise, as a summary should not be equal in length to the original text. Don't put your own opinion, ideas, or interpretations into the summary. They are not needed. Summary should mainly be in present tense. If the passage is a story, then the summary should be in the correct chronological order. Spoiling the flow of the story in the summary will definitely confuse the reader. Another point to keep in mind is that there should be no repetition. The whole point of the summary is to be brief and to the point. So eliminate any information you have repeated while you are proofreading it. So students, I hope if you keep these points in mind, your summary will be accurate and it would definitely please your invigilators. I advise my CIE students to practice summary writing quite often. Practice synonym exercises to help you use your own words. With this, our lesson comes to an end, and I leave with a hope that you will score 100% marks in summary writing after watching this video. Kindly share your comments with me. I always welcome your suggestions. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.